7:03. And we are being recorded, so open session public meetings are subject to being recorded. Your voice and image will be recorded. Please be prepared. We don't have any old business, anyone? No, nothing exciting. So I don't know who wants to go first, library or?
Library can go.
Okay, let's talk about what you got.
Probably be faster, right?
I don't know, she's got a list, man.
We have a list, and
What's the list I'm missing? Three things?
3 things.
Oh, that's a list.
Yeah.
well, it might become 4.
Oh, no.
I don't know where we want to start, but
Yeah.
I met with Community Preservation
Okay.
Committee to talk about the renovations to the door, which our door frame has shifted, and the door now slams shut on people as they're walking through, so it's a hazard. And the only way it sounds like we will get CPAC money is through the historic side
Portion.
of things.
Yeah.
Which I am reluctant to do just based on how much work the building needs in total. Not that we're gonna suddenly modernize it and make it not look the same, but it'll just impose a lot of restrictions on the work we can do if we have to follow best practices for historic building renovations.
I don't know that, does anybody know if Historic Commission enforces historic building codes? They just have money for historic buildings in
Right.
town, is my
It's
No,
understanding.
that's
basically-
community
Yeah.
preservation.
Yeah.
Well, but the historical portion of community preservation is managed by the Historical Commission. And
Yeah, but
so-
in the stuff for community preservation, they have down whether you can use a period, a comma,
Okay.
semicolon.
I see what
Yeah.
you're saying, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so any work that we do would have to follow
Yeah, so
Yeah.
those
basic,
best practices.
basically it doesn't even come down to them, that gets their money, but it comes down to the building inspector, but that really
Yeah, but-
Let's not come
decides.
down to code.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that has to be up to the code, and my question is, has our facilities person looked at it already?
Yes. Yeah, so originally, the door wasn't closing like it wasn't shutting, it wasn't locking behind us. So we had facilities come out and take a look. And when they made the adjustments, that's when it started closing harder on people. And then they had
That's-
somebody come and look at the frame.
That's all in the door closer. That's not really, I deal with that all the time, that's not a major issue.
They had somebody come out and look, the frame has shifted,
Oh, really?
yeah. But,
I still don't think it's a major. But anyways,
so now, I'm just trying
Do
to
you have a
balance
cost
talking
for
to
that?
two. That's the other part of it, is we've been trying to get a quote on it, an official quote, since August. The last we heard was the high end would be 10,600
for a door?
for
The
the
frame?
whole.
For
I
the
know,
whole
for, that's what I'm
rebuilding,
saying,
yeah.
for a door?
Well, and then they came back and said that when they talked to the lumberyard folks said that a wood door would be $20,000.
What?
So we're waiting, I know, we're waiting for a quote for fiberglass.
Even Eric's looking up, we're waiting that one.
I'll go do the job.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me 3.
But we still haven't gotten like the official paperwork quote, so I don't even know what that all entails.
And this is the main front door, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and I would also suggest to you, when you do this, look at the guys that live in town that do that for a living. You know, like Tommy Dorr.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. But no, I'm being serious.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, look at the guys in town, because they have a tendency to do it a lot better than somebody from outside of town, I believe.
Well, you
they
still have
some
to,
pride.
yeah. But you still have to put it out to bid, right, and get 3.
Right, but I mean,
and
but
all those
at least
sort
if
of
you
things.
want to get a good bid,
Well, I
a
think
good quote.
If it's under 10,000, I
Right.
don't think it has to.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I think you
I
have
thought
to
it was-
get 3 quotes.
You have to get through quotes,
Yeah.
but if it's under 10, it doesn't have to go through bid.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I would do, is look at your local, because there's a ton of people that you can talk to about that.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously.
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, so now I'm just trying to balance
Yeah.
what we've asked 2 committees and figure out where we'll get the funding for. But I would be leaning more towards it coming out of capital, just because of what it might do.
If it makes you
for all
feel
the
any
future
better,
projects in our facility study.
it doesn't matter for our process, you'll come to us anyway, whether you
Right.
go to CPA or CIPC or whatever
Right.
we are these
It
days.
just, it wasn't on the list that,
Yeah,
person
that we
sent
got.
today, so I just wanted to note that.
I'm just making
Fair.
note of it, so we expect it.
Okay,
Well, they left the space, so
yeah, I
Yeah.
added
fit
it.
it, fit it
Yeah.
in.
So the most recent number we were working with was 11,130 for that, based on the first quote we got. And hopefully it doesn't change too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can do better, but anyways.
I would hope so, because every time the number comes in,
You cry.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. Well, that's the door, and then we have our sidewalk and parking lot repairs. The walkway from the parking area to the front door is cracking. It's a tripping hazard. It's not pretty to look at,
Mm-hmm.
which is a minor thing, but it's not pretty to look at. And the parking lot itself, the Walnut side between the library and 19 Carter is the unpaved gravel part, so that needs to be refilled and regraded.
Wasn't the front walkway rebuilt a bunch of years ago? 5,
Yeah.
7?
Something
I'd
like
have to look
that,
into
yeah, I
that. That would be
remember that.
before
But we,
it's here.
we talked to,
Fred?
Freddie
Yeah.
Cummins last meeting, and he's talking about they could actually dump that underneath that highway one of municipal building sidewalk repairs, dump it all into one.
But
Yeah.
that would increase, my understanding was that he suggested that would increase, so basically it would move the money.
Well, you
Or
can
some
keep
of the money
in
from one here
and if
and-
Freddie did it, you'd pay.
No, yeah, but, yeah, I'm just saying, well, he's not gonna do the municipal one, but he can, if you do it as a package, we can save money, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take that down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously we are working with Fred on
Good.
all of these, because highway department does all of the building maintenance, so
Yep.
they have the budget for our building maintenance. So yeah, whoever gets the money, I don't care, as long as the work gets done. And then with that, the retaining wall in front of the building is also cracking. I think there's a nice piece of something sticking out of it. I don't know if it's rebar. That's beyond my expertise, but there's a metal bit sticking out of it. So fixing
Yeah,
that.
well, didn't he bring in a quote from Bob LeVay?
No,
Uh,
no, we didn't have a quote. He didn't have any paperwork with him. When we were-
Right, because he'd been on
He
call.
was on call at the
I
station,
know, I
yeah.
was at the meeting.
We have one from LeVay for the
Yeah.
retaining wall. Yeah, that's the $10,504 plus the
So how much?
cost. So it was $10,504, and we did
So that's
5%
less,
for the cost.
that's
of the
less than
labor.
that, okay?
So, yeah, what we said. I lost track. Somewhere around there. 15,000? No.
How
1,100.
big is this wall? Small or,
Yeah, it's between the two parking areas,
okay.
in front of the flagpole, kind of around that corner.
It's on the Walnut Street side, right?
I believe it curves, yeah, it starts on the Walnut and kind of curves around. Yeah.
It's not that big of a wall. That's probably why it's so cheap.
Yeah. And then just some studies that were recommended in the facility study. So testing the insulation in the attic to see what kind of insulation it is, and if it is vermiculate or asbestos or combination.
I just
of
had
things.
that done in my house.
Yeah.
For the tune of $7,000.
Yeah. Ugh.
The remediation or the testing? Both.
The remediation and the testing was another like $700. They throw these amounts out like they're,
I know it like it's nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they tested it after they removed it and everything, and there was no asbestos.
I know it.
Oh.
That's why it should be tested before they take
Yeah.
it out.
And I had to hire a special hauler to take it away because they
Mhm.
didn't know if it was asbestos. And he was $1,200. I mean, it was,
Because that's exactly what I was gonna say, because when you brought that up, a good point. It should be tested before it's removed.
Yeah,
Okay.
this would only be for the test.
this was done under Mass Save. It didn't save me much.
Mm-mm.
So now it's open and there's no insulation up there.
Oh, now it's really not saving you anything.
Wow.
So everything's normal.
Okay.
Yeah, this would just be for the test to see what's happening in the attic, and then we'd go from there.
And who's the person that's gonna test that?
We don't have somebody yet. I think we were gonna talk to CMRPC.
So you don't have actual,
The number came from the facility study.
okay, so we don't actually have a real number.
Mm-mm.
No. Could work on that, but.
I can send you I can give you the name when I
Yeah.
go home of who did mine. They were very nice.
Yeah, we could get a quote.
Just make sure they test it first.
Yes,
Yeah.
testing
Yeah.
only. Don't take anything out.
I mean, I wanna see some real numbers before we even think about this one.
Hmm.
I mean, any of this stuff, I'd wanna see something hands and fist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a good preliminary.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just saying is, you know, let's get something in,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something more concrete.
yep.
Yeah, no problem. And so that would be the same thing for the ADA study.
Yep.
What would that be studying specifically, looking at ADAs, like the door widths and?
Yep, so walkways, doorways, door handles, the space between library shelves, the desk height, office space, the bathrooms. Obviously, we don't have an elevator, so that's already there, but then the stairs, the space in the hallway downstairs, all those kind of little things.
Cool. Cool, not cool.
Yeah. And that's just the first step in the rest of what we have to do in this building.
So, but if you get the ADA study, then you can apply for grants.
Correct.
If you have time.
No, I worked with, the town does request, and I worked with one of the select board members a couple years ago. We got the money to
We
do
got
like the
luck
front
out.
doors here.
Huh?
Luck got done with that too.
I'm sorry, what?
The luck got done with that money too. Not like we definitely prospered from that.
Yeah.
You know, things that we would have had to pay a lot of money out of pocket for.
Mhm.
Cool.
So,
So if you had to rank these things in order of this better get done now and this one can wait till next year, what would your 1 through 4 be?
I'd say the door would be our first. Probably the sidewalk and parking lot second. The attic study, and then the ADA study would be last, I think.
and the retaining wall, I guess.
That'd be
Oh.
last.
No, sorry, I'd put that after the sidewalk and parking lot.
Okay.
Sorry, I lumped those together in my head.
Mhm. That's
Do it
good.
again, 1, door closer, 2 is what?
2 is sidewalk and parking lot.
Yeah,
3 is the retaining wall.
okay, and the asbestos is 4?
Yep.
Cool. Any questions for her?
I'm good.
No, just, like I said,
Yeah.
get some numbers back.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah. You're welcome to email them to me whenever you
Okay.
get them.
Sure.
We can just add them to your file.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
yeah.
And we will keep pestering the folks for a quote for the door.
A solid quote.
Yes.
Like
And the
a real
deadline
quote.
for the decision is that January?
January 31st.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
And at this point, we're just talking to everybody, so.
Yeah. No problem.
Because
Yeah.
we don't have final numbers for what we can spend.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on. But, so we're chatting.
Thank
Friendly
you.
chats.
for
Yeah.
coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. That was easy.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Good first run for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
Is that your jacket?
Yep, don't forget your.
It's cold outside, I need that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say, the wind out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just a little bit.
Okay. What do you got, Chief?
All right, so I'm gonna go in order of my 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Perfect.
All right. So the first one's the phone system. It's an absolute. We're gonna lose our phone system a year from now, NEC is no longer in the phone business, and so we have no choice but to get off them. TPX is what Neshoba Regional Dispatch went with. I believe the town offices are on TPX as well. So this is like pretty much a very high priority. If I get approval in May at town meeting, I'll start making the phone calls, no pun intended. Right then and there, hopefully get the system on board, and I'm hoping for August when it's kind of quieter here. So it's going to be a big undertaking to replace police and fire phones. This is for both of us. So that is number one. Number two, radar replacements. It's been a few years since I've been on the road, but then when I realized that radars were in cars that I had back in 2002, and officers making some gripes about them not operating correctly or whatnot, I said, you know what? I don't think we've ever put them on a systematic replacement. So I identified two that probably need replacement ASAP for the cars. So obviously that's a major part of our job. So this quote is for 2 radars.
How many do you have in total?
6 radars in total right now.
So you would be looking at needing to, each year
No,
replacing more,
no.
or?
The last 2 cars we got brand new radars.
Okay.
So this is gonna be very sporadic. It's gonna be like 2 this year, maybe like 4 years from now, 1.
Okay.
And then, maybe 6 years from then, 1 or 2. Like, yeah, this is just, I identified two cars right off the bat. I'm like,
Mhm.
geez, I remember when these things were in the Crown Vics back in the early 2000s, so yeah, so, like I said, that was that's a request actually from the officers as well. So that's number 2.
Mhm.
Number 3, MDT, start a systematic replacement. For mobile data terminals in the cars, which are, I'd say, second to radars for our jobs. And then number 4 would be our firearms upgrade and replacement. Typically, every 5 to 6 years, we've gotten new firearms. It's actually been 8 years since the last time we purchased firearms. They are due to be replaced, and I'm glad we waited, because now with all of our the Peace Officer Standards and Training Committee around accountability, they've come up with new sights. We're not using iron sights anymore. Everything has the dots on them now. They call them like hollow stones or something like that are built into the guns now. So, this can, I know we're gonna be short financially. This can actually wait till FY27. That's why it's last on the list. We're good for now, but it's definitely, part of our replacement. Discussed earlier, I particularly like 6-hour better. I think if we had Glocks, I would have been here 3 years ago for new guns. The Glock, the SIGs are phenomenal guns, and they've proven to last quite a bit. So, this is a need, want, wish list for this. I can easily push this out to FY27, and finances are tight. But yeah, so that would be number 4. Number 5, I'm going to take off the tri-band radio. We just finished the final numbers with our federal grant, and it looks like we're going to have enough money off that federal grant to do this. So I'm going to pull the radio off the request.
Oh, the tri-band's done?
Yeah.
At the point you know definitively, can you let Anna know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can say definitively today, we have 18,000 left over. We've expended, or potentially expended 382,000 on that $400,000 grant. So this is a $4,200 radio. So even, I think, worst case scenario, we're gonna have the money. So, I can pull that back, and then
What do you do with the old guns?
trade them in.
Oh,
Yeah, trade them in.
How many rounds go through there? You don't put that many rounds through them.
Well, just in qualifications and shooting, each gun gets minimum, probably about 800 rounds a year.
800?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we go to the range twice a year. So.
You put 400 rounds at each time?
Yeah, I mean, we carry 52 rounds, and we'll cycle through six or seven or eight scenarios. night shoots. We do change up our ammo. We don't do the high quality ammo. for-
Use
for
targets.
ours. Yeah, yeah. So, you know, like I know the one officer on SWAT, I mean, I think he's got over 4,000 rounds through his gun.
Man, I would worry about my accuracy. Barrel wear.
Yeah, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, there's wear and tear, but like I said, the SIGs, you know, that's why I said if it was a Glock, it probably would've been here 3 years ago, but with the SIG, definitely get a lot more out of it, so. But, yeah, we do shoot a lot.
Did you order the cruiser yet?
No,
No.
no, I'm gonna wait till the town meeting, and I'm not gonna order it, I'm going to
Oh, okay.
put a placeholder on one, and, you know, have them chalk us up for a gray one, you know, the right gray color code this time. And then, yeah, I'm gonna wait, and make sure that we are financially set
Right.
for May before I sign any paperwork.
Okay.
So, it's a big undertaking, so, but, yeah, that's why I said I'd do it the last meeting, and I'm gonna stick to it, so.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to make sure that we are financially there, you know, because personnel is more important than equipment sometimes, so,
So your total's gonna drop, what, $4,200?
yeah. Yeah,
And your total's really only 20 grand if you push the guns off to next year.
yeah.
Well, 20
24.
grand plus a,
Plus
a cruiser.
plus a
Yeah.
yeah.
but 20 grand on this list.
Yeah.
But 20 grand isn't really a lot of money for firearms.
No, I
Really?
didn't say
No.
that. I didn't say that.
No, because.
No, it really
because-
isn't. I mean,
Because remember, the holsters are $250.
I know.
You know, the holsters.
You have to get a new holster?
Yeah, they don't fit the same.
They don't fit anymore.
Right, of course they don't.
We were fortunate, the last 3 guns that we had, technically, the holster didn't fit, the holster was an inch too long, but the gun fit in there, and it's secured. But, you know, a lot of us didn't go out and buy holsters. When we changed over guns, we had 3 series of that particular frame of SIG. It's the same series SIG that we're gonna get, however, with the sight on it, the holsters need to be cut out. And once you touch your holster, it's no longer manufacturer warranted. So we have to, you know, that's another way of getting us to buy new holsters too. but-
Believe me, you want that coming out fast.
Yeah, so we've gotten 3 rounds into the same holster, 3 rounds of purchasing on the
Yeah.
same holster,
Yeah, you do.
so.
Yeah.
Is that also something that you could split up across years if, or
Um,
do you prefer to do them
so-
all on the same?
No, I mean, I could, because with this comes 16 hours of training per officer. So I could split it up to, you know, full-time, then part-time, and I could bring it in slowly, you know, so if you said, hey, you got 10,000, I can outfit all the full-timers with the new firearm 1 year, and then the next year, you know, come back. I mean, it can be split. This isn't just go to the store, get new guns, hand them out. This
No.
is, you know, get the guns, go through them all, and then the firearms instructor takes every gun out, shoots it, to make sure for accuracy and dependability. And then each officer has to sit in a 16-hour class. So we'll probably have to have 4 16-hour classes for everybody to attend, to go over the new guns. So.
Are these SIGs controlled by grip for each person or not?
No. I mean, I'd probably be asking for 200,000 with that.
Well, no. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it should, like, I get that whole concept, and there's things that should be done, but.
No, I shouldn't say, not talking about the electronic, I call it electronic feel.
Yeah.
But how the, on, when you squeeze the gun, there's a part in the back that you
Yeah.
can squeeze.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Yeah.
have that before you can shoot.
Yeah.
That, or is it just a typical 9?
No, just typical.
'Cause I hate those, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
If you don't have it if this gun, if you don't have it perfectly square in your hand, you can't shoot. And these guys on the line, I mean,
Is that a safety measure?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a safety measure.
But-
There's no adrenaline rush either, so.
Yeah.
A little bit easier.
But
to
it's
probably do it.
It's just that some departments are requiring that, big
Yeah.
cities and stuff.
Yeah,
And basically it's because if somebody else grabs it, unless they really have a grip on it, they can't use it,
Fire it.
you know. But in the other hand, and these guys, I look at it, these guys, sometimes you don't have that time to, gotta get up quick and go.
No.
No.
No, we just went to our firearms call, and there was no time to, for our low light shoot, which turns into a night shoot, and there's no time
Yeah.
to finick around with that. It's, you know, it's pretty demanding, so.
Would you consider the half now and half?
I would, yeah, I would.
Huh?
I would, yeah, because, you know, all the guns are interchangeable, I believe the mags are interchangeable, and that's what we strive for. Like, you know, if I go down, somebody else will be able to take my mags, and vice versa, and so,
I wanna think of that.
you know,
If you wanna get, at least maybe get half and then,
yeah.
Yeah, let's see where our numbers are.
yeah, but I mean, it's a
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
If we're getting borderline, you're better off getting enough to do
Yeah.
your full force than.
Yeah. Yep, no, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. We can get half trained and,
Yeah. Yeah, because then actually the following year, we'll have that other, the big project for you guys all done, so
Yeah.
that would be a lot more money available.
yeah, and yeah, that's the thing, obviously, that project's gonna take priority over a lot of things. so.
I don't see anything more on that project on this list. Is that all
It's
paid?
all funded after the December town meeting.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you know,
Well,
we
for
say
the
it's
building
100,
end.
yeah, it's 100% funded for what we know today. But there's still little things like I have to get Galaxy in to put in, the key codes and cameras, you know, so I mean, but I don't wanna come out and say, hey, it's gonna be $18,000. Oh, wait a second, that's 2 years out. No, that 18,000,
Yep.
now 26,000, you know, so I'm waiting to the very end to get the price from Galaxy. Cause it's probably gonna be not even 26 town meeting, it'll probably be a fall 26 town meeting.
Mhm.
Before we
Okay.
get near the end where, you know, we're gonna need that stuff, so.
Do you know when they're actually gonna be able to start, once we get the town meeting done?
They already started.
Have they really?
They started building the platforms to get up to the upstairs outside, over by the generator. They put up the
Oh,
staging.
really?
Hmm.
Put up the staging, they got, they're building the stairs, because instead of them walking through the main lobby, in and out all day long,
Yeah.
they were gonna cut out one of the windows at the end, just above the generator, and they built a platform so the kids can get in and out of the building without coming through the town
Well, that's a
hall.
good idea. Great.
Yeah,
Great. Glad
so
to see
yeah,
that's
yeah,
going.
staging's out there, the 2 Connex boxes are out there now, that got donated from Eagle. You know, so those storage Connex boxes are
Yeah.
out there, they're ready to go.
Good.
So yeah, they've been here for about a little over a week.
Nice.
And everything's on track with that from a financial
Yeah.
standpoint, like the numbers are coming
Yeah,
in appropriately?
Yeah. Yep, materials list and, you know, what we're looking at, so, yeah, so
Nice.
far, so, you know, it's
Can I
nice.
ask you something totally different? Where are we on the radio antennas there?
We actually just signed the lease agreement today. So it finally got approved between town council and American Towers. It's taken 3 months to get that done. So the lease I just got the email this afternoon, lease is signed. So we're hoping to get the notice to proceed hopefully tomorrow. And then Green Mountain's already done Taylor Road. They're just gonna get up to Coven Road and get Coven Road done. And then the radios have already been set up in a lab, and they're still sitting up in a lab, and they're working. They mock them up inside a lab at the radio place to make sure everything works. So the next stop is to go to each tower, so.
Hmm.
Yeah, so everything's there. It's just
Nice.
That's been arduous.
paperwork, legal delays.
Yeah, get lawyers involved, that's what
Yeah.
happens.
Well, when we put the antennas up, it was on a handshake. So,
Hmm.
you know, and then it's sold 4 times over or 5 times over since then. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so fingers crossed, and, you know, we're hoping the federal money comes in by the beginning of the year, and then we can get the hotel portion done, and then we had the fiber optics from Tohoto tied into our station, so we can put a mini repeater up there, so our radios will work up 70 and in the high school, so, yeah.
Nice to
It
see
has
some.
far-reaching ramifications.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Congratulations, Eric.
Yeah,
Nice to see some things finally come together, huh?
3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nice to see it finally coming together.
Yep, Yeah, 3 years to learn more about radio systems than I think I ever want to learn in my life. You know? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if you want to split 4.5 or wait till next year, you know, there'd be no hard feelings on that, but, you know, obviously number 1 is a, you know, is a must for our phones, but.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
Like I said, we'll know better.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
we're all gonna know better, you know, there's a lot going on, so.
Yeah.
And, you know, definitely understand that, you know, like I said, if I come out of here with just number 1, then so be it, so, you know, it is what it is, you know, can't spend money you don't have,
Mm.
so, and we're not gonna finance any of this, so, I get it. All right,
Yeah.
enjoy,
Thanks,
Awesome.
Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
I think this was the easiest review we've had.
I know it.
I got nothing. You guys got any questions, concerns, thoughts?
I'm good.
When I looked on the agenda tonight, because I am old and I couldn't remember, have we taken our votes for the town meeting?
So, no, thank you for bringing that up. We have not taken our votes for town meeting. So we have to debate, the warrant says that our votes will be taken on the town meeting floor. And so I don't know if we're legally obligated to follow that, or if we can take votes now and just tell them.
I will be busy at the town meeting.
Yeah, I know
Oh, come
it.
on.
I won't even be, I don't vote,
She
so I won't.
usually is, yeah.
You
I mean,
can't
she's just
complain if
knitting.
you
She
don't
could
go.
Well, I have school, so.
Crochet.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's crocheting. It's beautiful, whatever it is.
Thank you. The
Well,
only-
why can't we vote and then,
I mean, we could vote now, and then if there's a problem, we can just repeat our words
Yeah.
later, I would think.
The only thing I would vote no on was the fire station, because I think it pays homage to the blue collar part of Berlin, and I don't wanna lose that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't even know what I don't have the warrant, so I don't
I
know what
think I
the
have it.
items are. So we could just go down the list. Thank you.
Just ignore my
There's a
notes.
lot of rules. Okay. So this, Article 2 is the public safety second floor renovation project funding. And so they're going to vote to transfer $455,000 from public safety stabilization to the cost of the renovation project. So somebody needs to make a motion that we vote on that.
I make a motion that we support that article.
Okay, anybody second?
second,
Second.
Any discussion? No, okay.
I think we beat that one
Yeah,
to
I
death.
think, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, John already wrote down yes, so
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
good.
Oh, those are notes from me.
Yeah. Then Article 3 that we have to vote on is to transfer $75,000 from public safety stabilization to purchase that police cruiser.
I make a motion to support.
Okay,
Second,
okay, discussion? Nope, all those in favor say aye.
aye.
Okay. We do not have to vote on the opioid thing. I have an aside for Eloise. The recreation fund, the recreation revolving fund bylaw. This says to see if the town will vote to amend Article XX. Is that really Article 20?
That's the
XX?
bylaw, yeah.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if it was like XX was just a filler
No,
grammatically, or if it was actually the Roman numerals.
the Roman numeral, but that's how they started the bylaws
Yeah.
a million years ago.
I mean, not a million.
Okay.
Seems
I
like
mean,
it.
Romans have only been gone for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Community preservation. We're calling our elected officials. Prudent investments. There's a lot of intriguing things here. I said there's a lot of intriguing things. Okay. Article 10, this is the old fire station roof replacement. So this is voting on just moving the money that we already approved for the roof towards a
Demolish.
fund to potentially be used to demolish.
Correct.
It's not about officially demolishing, it's just about moving the funds. But if we didn't move the funds, they could, well, if we didn't move the funds, they could get the funds elsewhere. I guess that's what I would say.
But if we move it now, it's done and over with.
If we move it now, it's, yeah. So if somebody wanted to make a motion to,
I make the motion that we transfer the $28,000 into a potential demolish fund of the old fire station.
okay.
Second, yeah.
Any discussion? All those in favor, aye.
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 No,
No.
Can I ask a question? There is no warrant about actually doing? Oh,
no, that
No.
might well come in May.
Yeah.
okay.
It's-
That's fine.
It's just about relabeling the roof funds to
Yeah.
demolition funds.
Hey, since you have the town warrant out.
Yeah,
And maybe Eloise might know, and Julie might know. I don't understand the warrant, and it has nothing to do with the capital, but the warrant that they're doing for the wells down for the Rockwell, there's a warrant in there, again, about transferring.
Yeah, there was
is
a,
that the Rock Bridge?
There's
Yeah,
a whole.
River
lot,
Bridge.
right?
Yeah,
River
and then
Bridge.
I thought we already last town meeting, I thought we already did a bunch
Wasn't that
of.
taken out?
The Article
Or it
11?
was undecided
It
or
was,
something.
they were,
It's still in this it's still in
oh,
there.
it's still in there, cause the, I forget the name now, the River Bridge.
Yeah.
Is really complicated problem.
Well, that's-
Because with, so last I heard, and I've been out of town, was something along the lines of they have to go to the state over the way the environmental regulations are currently set on that well. It's something like only like the property owner can use it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So they can't really do anything until they go through the state agencies that cover this.
But the thing I thought we accepted that at the last town meeting, the town technically owns that well now.
No.
They haven't, no, they haven't.
There was a whole transfer of stuff in the last town meeting.
Because this is part of that land we were supposed to buy for $1, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
And we've never bought it.
But the problem is they can't, because of this question about the well, they can't just go. and-
Who does the well serve?
Well, right, now I'm going by like what I was told.
Yeah.
Apparently whoever owns that land, it only serves them.
But,
Yeah, but
but who does
who
it
owns
serve
the-
at the moment?
Yeah, who's
Like,
it?
who's gonna
Nobody.
lose it? So why is it,
Well,
why can't
because
we buy the well?
no, because there are other neighbors who want access to that well.
Oh,
But the problem is if the town just takes it, then they're if they just take it right now, they're limited in what they can do with the property. So,
Huh.
but this is where, as I said, this is
Right,
like
where it
beyond my
gets- yeah.
expertise because
Yeah.
there's a lot of different moving parts.
That's why I was
Chris-
gonna ask Kristen if she
If
was here
Kristen,
tonight.
if Kristen was here, Kristen like has been involved with
Yeah.
this, so she knows. all
It's
the nitty-gritty.
confusing.
So what has River Bridge to do with this then?
Because they own it right now.
Yeah, River Bridge
owns it.
And part of this very complicated agreement with River Bridge involved potential of buying certain parcels of land.
yeah.
And this was one of the parcels, but the town can't just jump and take it, even if it's only $1, without getting everything, all the ducks in a row
But
essentially.
yeah, what the originally game plan was, it was supposed to be Boundless Adventures, the well, and that's supposed to offset the Rockwell, the River Bridge deal was
Mhm.
fiasco.
Yeah.
They, just the town of Berlin, shame on us, should have put a municipal lien in that place from day one.
I'm just leaning on what?
On River Bridge?
On River Bridge, on the apartments,
Mhm.
if they didn't finish the sidewalk, they didn't finish the bridge, part of the
Right.
agreement.
Yeah, but all of the land was subcut. So the apartments are on their own individual.
But River Bridge
the
owned that
overall-
whole thing.
Yes.
But I think.
But if they owned it as owned it as an entirety, the town could have put a municipal lien against River Bridge, and they could not have rented out one apartment until they did all their work.
Well, we have several things that we tend to repeat in our history.
Yeah,
And
we got
one
a
is
lot of them.
Yeah,
Believing developers when they bring us plans and say, look, it's gonna be this beautiful village with
Yeah.
stores on the bottom and housing
But
above.
the thing of it is,
That's what we
And-
bought.
And it was
Because of-
supposed to have been a retirement
Yes.
community like they have up in,
yeah,
up by the.
In Worcester.
The stop, well, like, like the Stop and Shop up, in
Right.
Hudson, across the road, they put in that legacy.
almost up to
yeah,
Intel.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
where
that-
that beautiful Victorian house used to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, like I said, shame on Berlin. Like Hudson did it right with the way they did it.
Mhm.
But we just kept giving to them every single time.
Well, then vote
'Cause-
no on Monday.
It's just nobody ever stood back and said, nope, not anymore.
Well, then you will be Monday.
Yeah.
Hey, I stood back and said no to the
I
regional
did
school
too.
district, and it got me nowhere.
You know?
Yep, but your voice was heard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's what I'm saying is,
One little no and.
if you don't go to town meeting and you vote no or whatever, you can't complain.
Mm.
But we're all there.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's all. I just was curious if anybody knew about it.
I don't.
I guess I didn't gain anything out of this one either.
Yeah.
Okay, is
Other-
there anything else?
I don't think so. Anybody else have
Do
anything?
you have a next meeting planned?
We do. So 2 weeks from today,
Which is?
which is the 19th? 18th? I think it's the 19th.
I think it's the 19th is a Thursday.
Yes, 19th, same bat time, same bat place. We have school board
Oh.
coming in to talk to us about their capital requests,
Which one?
which, the whole thing.
This is the BBRC, right?
I don't know the answer to that question. It's
Well,
whoever.
it's Berlin or Assabet.
Oh, it's not Assabet. How about
Oh,
that?
okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Assabet has never asked us for capital.
Well,
Items.
I think the thing is because with Assabet, we just get one number from them.
Yeah.
We're only
Okay.
getting one number.
we're only getting
from
one number
Berlin.
from
Yeah.
Berlin now, too.
Yeah.
We're only going to get one number from the BBRSD. So.
I
and
believe-
guess-
yeah.
And that's a question for Kristen too, if we're still going to have them come through the capital request, if we're going to go by the one number.
Yeah.
Because.
I mean, in theory, they have to, but in
But if because they can, if they're just gonna give one number, it's like, okay, we can say we have X amount on our pot this year, we'll give you this much to capital, but they can put the rest of their capital request into their operating.
Right.
And,
right, and you don't know. We don't
and
know.
it doesn't really,
Yeah.
because they don't have, yeah. And
So, what's the point of having even come before us, is you only have one number, we can't pick it apart.
Well, we could pick it apart in that we could help FinCom negotiate that one number if we said, hey, they're asking for $1 million for their one number. Of that $1 million, $250,000 is capital planning or capital items. We think that of that $250,000, you should say to them, hey, 100 of that is for chairs. We don't think chairs are needed this year. So maybe we can help negotiate that one number, but as an advisory group, I think that's the only.
But I'm just saying is that, so if they come in with a number, like you said, we'll throw out $1 million.
Yeah.
So they don't really have to tell us where that's going, right?
No, that's correct.
That's what I'm saying, what's the point?
That's why I voted no against a regional school district.
See, I remember sitting in that meeting and we were told that this was saving us money.
Yes.
No, I remember I sat through a very long, and it was repeatedly told to us we were doing this because it was really hard to run the elementary school.
Mhm.
on its own, and we really needed to get it part of a regional school district to save money. And one of the things that somebody worked out was that we're paying more per student than Boylston is for elementary students.
Why are we doing that?
Because the regional agreement doesn't have anything about,
About per.
Because the
Yeah,
regional agreement has, when I was on the school committee
Mm.
a million years ago,
Mm.
Boylston paid 25% of the administrative office. We paid 25 administrative. Tohoto paid 50%.
Mm.
But because they had more students, it lowered their cost over
Mm,
more
per
heads.
stu- yeah.
And ours didn't.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know in capital planning, we talked a lot about the fact that we've leased them our school
Mhm.
with no, I'm gonna call it repercussions, with no guidelines for $1. That's our most valuable town building,
Mhm.
and they can do whatever they want to it, and they theoretically pay us $1. So we hope that they keep it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think they should still come in and we should ask them, listen to what, they're gonna talk about air conditioning
This is the amount
units.
that they're asking for, people.
Yeah,
3 million.
3 million in capital?
yeah, and it's all on one, it's not itemized, I mean, it's not prioritized right yet, and it's all on 1 year,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So I do know, I think it's Daniel
Yep.
who's coming in to speak to us.
Okay.
can I see that for a second?
Facilities person.
Just a second.
Yeah, so I do know that he,
Is that a copier up there?
I don't know, it looks like a printer.
Oh,
I think,
that was in the back of the,
of the printed one,
yeah.
this one, the stapled one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I do know that, Daniel was, surprised by our procedures last year, and he did tell me he would be very well prepared this year.
Mhm.
So, I think it will be interesting to see.
Yeah, because, I mean, we're looking at some serious numbers. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I mean, we don't have that budget.
Jesus.
Well, the other thing
Did you
is,
see it?
I'm wondering about this
Yeah,
budget,
it's
was that
right
just
here.
for
Oh.
us, or the overall budget, and then
I said, get
you
that
would
all the way
split the
down to it. I
Tohoto
couldn't.
between the two school districts?
That's something I don't know, but that sounds
That's
reasonable.
a good question to ask them.
Yeah.
So. But,
I'll bring tissues next.
well, yeah, they're coming to FinCom next week,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, FinCom next Wednesday.
Oh,
I'm happy to
I
hear they're
can't.
coming in early.
Yeah.
Can you get it?
So it'll be interesting to hear where their preliminary budget's at.
I hear school committee didn't change, there's no new people on it.
Yes,
thought one.
There is.
Elizabeth Mancini.
Yeah,
Okay.
one
Judy-
change.
Julie Lee left.
Hmm.
Julie, the recreation?
Yeah.
And
Maybe?
because she didn't get the job at Recreation, she resigned from that too.
Oh, I didn't know there was a job at recreation.
Well, that's kind of confusing because when I was sitting on FinCom, I didn't realize that she was writing the job for her.
Oh.
I was on vacation. I came back and found out she had applied for this job. And,
Well, it's normal that she would have written it because she knew what was
Yeah.
expected,
so,
but she still didn't get the job.
Any,
Yeah.
when they did the election, I looked at the ballot, anybody that was an incumbent, I voted against. Automatically. I didn't care who it was.
so, I've been really out of touch because I was out of town when I came back. And,
How long
Things
were
are
you out of
changed.
town?
well, I was, I'm in school, so I was away for a couple of weeks. And then I came back and I was head down in classes over several days.
Mm.
So I'm only now getting back into things.
Well, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
And this cost us just unbelievable.
I know it. That's why I just shook my head. I just couldn't read it
Yeah,
anymore.
wait 2 weeks and see what he has to say.
Yeah.
And then tell him we're really sorry, but that's not our our total budget is like, $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
they're gonna have to go to FinCom.
Yeah.
And then we just go, bye-bye.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it works with FinCom this
It
year
will
too,
be, yeah.
because, I haven't, our last FinCom meeting got canceled, so I haven't, and the other ones were happening on Mondays at Select Board, so I'm really,
You're really
Out
in
of
the
the
dark.
loop.
I'm really out of the loop. I'm like joyfully ignorant until next week.
But you
Well,
did-
we'll look forward to hearing your FinCom update on our meeting in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so hopefully I will have stuff for us.
okay. Other than that, I don't feel like we have, capital-wise, very much excitement this year.
No, it's very quiet.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like quiet.
Yeah,
me
I
too.
like dull.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Yeah.
then do we take a motion to adjourn?
Sure.
What time?
8:52. We're getting really good at this, guys. We used to have like
Good
3-hour
job.
meetings.
Good job.
7:52. Is it?
7:52, yes.
Yeah.
It looks like it's after 8 though.
No, it's not. 7:52.
7:52.
I second the motion.
Okay, good. All those in favor, aye.
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 Bye, guys.